How's it going, guys? Back with another Mustang video. So I want to hop on here today and make a quick little video for you guys. I actually ended up installing my Underglow kit that I recently got. I am going to show you guys in this video the kit that I actually went with, and I'm going to turn all the lights off. It is around midnight here, so it's going to be completely, dark, black, so I can actually utilize and show you guys the whole kit. It looks amazing on the car. I have it currently on right now because the kit that I actually went with doesn't have a remote, and it uses the app on my phone, which that I'm, currently filming with. So I won't be able to, switch through the colors and show you guys the different modes and stuff like that in this video. I will make some, videos along the way and stuff like that. But for this video, I'm going to show you guys the kit that I went with, and two, basically show you what it looks like on the car. And I will try my hardest to show you guys how I routed it. I don't have the car jacked up or anything like that, so I ain't going to be able to show you guys everything, but I'll try my hardest to get under there in this video and show you guys where I actually put the strips and stuff like that. So, funny story, before I get to any of that stuff, I was originally going to purchase a eBay kit. I actually did, and it was on its way, but I really wanted to get the Underglow on before I was going to a meet this previous weekend. So I was, looking at the tracking and stuff like that, and it was just pushing the limit, and it was going to arrive the evening before the meet, and I was just like, I'm not going to have enough time. So what I actually ended up doing was, I kept the kit coming, but I really wanted to get a kit on there before that meet. So here's the kit that I actually went with. I went to Walmart, and I actually, was doing some research, looking up some reviews and stuff like that, watching some videos. And I actually ended up going with the TypeS kit. It's more of a mid-grade kit than the one that I was actually having coming. So this one is actually better. If you're running this kit on your car, leave it down in the comments. Tell me how you feel about it. When I was reading up on it, it seems like it's pretty good. It uses the app, and so far I definitely like it. And like I said, in my opinion, it's better than the kit that I had coming. I actually ended up paying $60, which isn't bad, for this kit. And this kit allows you to switch through several different colors. You can do, blue, green, red, purple, white, yellow, orange, just keep it going. And you can do different modes like strobe, flashing, just a solid color, fade in and out, stuff like that, party mode. But in my opinion, I personally just like the solid color, one color. I'm not into the whole flashing or strobing kind of thing. It's a little cheesy in my opinion. A lot of people do, think that, running Underglow or anything like that is a ricey or cheesy mod, but in my opinion, I think it adds some flavor to the car, and I'm more into the night scene than like going to day meets and stuff. I do, attend day meets, cars and coffee and stuff like that, but I am more of a night scene kind of person. I think the vibe is a lot better. It's just all out better in my opinion, but so yeah, I ended up paying $60 for that, and the kit that I actually had coming did arrive the day before the meet, and I just wouldn't have had time anyways to do that. So I'm so glad I, pulled the trigger on that and decided to go that route. So I actually ended up selling that kit that I had coming to a friend of mine, and he's going to actually be putting on his new Edge Mustang that he has. because he seen that I was running this, and he was like, wait, you have one of those kits? And I was like, absolutely. So it actually ended up working out. I sold it to him what I paid for it, so I got my money back basically. And, you know, he didn't have to do any waiting or anything like that. So it actually ended up working out perfectly. So I got that mid kit on and everything, like, but anyways, so let me get to it, show you guys, you know, the Underglow kit. So here's the car. This is what it looks like, you know, in light. You can see, you know, I got the strip underneath on the side. See it coming, you know, in the front. Oh, sorry, camera. Front. And then, almost tripped over the chair. And then you can see in the rear. I'm going to turn off all the lights, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in the dark. So just give me a brief second, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. This is what it looks like in the dark. Not too bad. Bear with me, this is my front-facing camera, so it's not going to come up the best. I'm just trying to utilize what I have. So it's definitely way brighter in person. So bear with me. Let me try to show you what it looks like underneath. That's the strip. And yeah, it definitely, let me show you what it actually looks up in the front too. I have it coming through this grill area. And then the bottom. Hopefully that's coming up all on camera, guys. Let me turn on some lights so I can, you know, see, and you guys can see me real quick. So like I mentioned, I am using the front-facing camera. It's not going to come up the best, but you guys basically can see what the car looks like. Let me see if I can get a better look for you guys here. That's basically how I have it routed on the other side as well. Just right up underneath here. And you can't see it from a distance. You can't see the LED strip or anything like that. I'm getting pretty low here. And that's what I like. Personally, I think people get a little bit of lazy, or they get lazy, sorry, when they install these certain kits. Some people just throw it on there real quick in 30 minutes and call it a day. And you can end up seeing the LED strip hanging and stuff like that. That just, in my opinion, if you're one of those people, I'm sorry, but that's just not the correct way to install these kits. You need to hide those strips. You need to make them look good. You know, put some effort into your car, guys. You know, if you're a car enthusiast, you need to, you know, and you care about your build and stuff like that. In my opinion, you need to hide those strips as best as you can. Like, I installed it on the front, and I couldn't see the strip, but I can see the strip's reflection on the front bumper, and that bothered me. I actually ended up last night taking the strip completely off and relocating it a little closer so that it wouldn't show the reflection on the bumper, and it actually ended up coming out pretty good. You know, I do have some shorts that are actually utilizing the other side of the camera, and it comes up way better. Sorry, guys, that I am actually filming with my phone and stuff like that, so it's not doing justice, but hopefully everything's coming up on camera decent. Here's the rear, which was the hardest part. Let me see if I can get under here and show you guys. That's the rear. The rear strip right under there. And I did all the measurements, so it's all perfect. You can't see any of these strips whatsoever from the outside. You literally have to crawl under the car to see it. And that is in my opinion, the perfect install. Don't get lazy with this, guys. If you're going to install these on any of your cars, it doesn't have to, be Mustang specific. If you're putting these on, your Honda or your, Nissan or, etc. You get what I'm saying. Hide those strips. I see it in the community sometimes where people get excited to install, LEDs, neon, underglow, whatever you want to call it, and they just go too quickly. And like I mentioned, that rear strip was the hardest one to route because I have the control box. It utilizes the battery. That kit did come with a cigarette lighter one, but I didn't want to run that kind of a setup. So I actually got it routed right here. Here's the ground. And then I have the positive to the positive terminal of the battery, and it's running down. And that box is actually underneath the car, the control box. And then it has the wires all coming out, which I had to route that rear strip. And like I said, that was the hardest one. And I used, if you're doing this on a new edge, use the passenger side to go, route that, because it's way easier because there's already lines that you can zip tie, that wire to all along the way and then go over and then go down to the backside and stuff like that. So it's way easier to route that on the passenger side than the driver's side. So just a key little tip for you guys. It definitely looks good. It's not like I said, a lot of people consider this modification to be a rice cheesy mod, but in my opinion, I think it's making a comeback. At least in my area, I've been going to a lot of night car meets, and people are running an underglow on multiple different vehicles. I see them on Type R Civics that are newer. I'm seeing them on BMWs, Mitsubishis, Hondas, all kinds of different vehicles. Not as much as Mustangs, but Chargers and stuff like that are running it. So I figured, why not? I know I mentioned it in some previous videos. It just brings me back to that early 2000s vibe. That I grew up watching Fast and the Furious, and that was literally what got me into the car scene. When they first pull up and they pop the hoods, they got their underglow going, at a car meet. So it just kind of spiked that inner child in me. And, I always liked underglow. And so I've ran underglow on multiple different vehicles over the years. I've ran it on BMWs. I've ran it on Hondas, you name it. So I was like, why not? I know that I mentioned it in the, some previous videos. It took me some time to decide to do this. I wasn't just like, yeah, let's throw it on there and call it a day. No, it was months. It was probably 4 or 5 months of me deciding if I wanted to do it on this car. And then, like I said, I've been going to a lot more car meets at nighttime, and everybody's running their neon, and I'm just like, their underglow, whatever you want to call it. I'm old school, so. So I was like, finally, like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And if I don't like it on this car, I easily take it off. So, yeah. So this is the Type S Underglow Kit from Walmart. It's not considered a cheap kit, and it's not considered a high-grade kit. You got those people spending upwards of $300+, and I don't think that's justifiable. In my opinion, I would not spend anywhere close to that for an underglow kit, for what this kind of modification is. That's just crazy in my opinion. Go for it if you think that, you need to spend $300 on an underglow kit. They all pretty much do the same exact thing. Yes, some are brighter, some are dimmer, but at the end of the day, they all do the same exact thing. I'm not running these in the daytime anyways. I know a lot of people, for some reason, like to run it in the daytime too, but, oh, sorry about that. I run it only at nighttime, and I pretty much don't drive around with it. I know a lot of people, some people do, some people don't. Some people think it's just full on out illegal, period, but it's not. You can literally sit at a car meet with this on and be perfectly legal, pretty much in any state. But just don't drive around with it, guys. I know a lot of states will ding you on it. I know some people, you know, I know a couple friends that drive around with it and have no issues, so. But I'm not going to personally. Just, you know, pull up at a car meet, have a good time, run some, you know, underglow, and then be on my way. So it's really not expensive. Like I said, I spent $60 on this TypeS kit, and it's pretty dang good quality in my opinion. There's different settings. The app is very easy to use. You just download it on your phone and boom, just a click of a button, and you can customize it and save all kinds of settings that you want. So you can literally just tap the button and it's ready to go. So, yeah, I just want to hop on here and show you guys and basically tell you guys and update you guys like I always do. I know I'm ranting, but again, this is the Walmart TypeS Underglow kit on my 2003 Mustang GT. You can pretty much run it on any car. So yeah, if you guys are liking the content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it, guys. It keeps me pumping these kind of videos out for you guys. And like always, thanks for watching this video.